ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। Let us chant chapter 12. Arjuna uvacha
Arjuna uvacha
evam satata yuktaye
evam satata yuktaye
bhaktastvām paryupasate
bhaktastvām paryupasate
ye chāpyaksharamavvyaktam
ye chāpyaksharam avyaktam
teshām ke yoga vittamaah.
tesham ke yoga vittamaah.
Shri Bhagavan uvacha
Shri Bhagavan uvacha
maya veshya mano ye maam
maya veshya mano ye maam
nityayukta upasate
nityayukta upasate
shraddhaya parayopetaah
Shraddhaya parayopetaah
te me yuktatama mataah
te me yuktatama mataah
ye tvaksharamanirdeshyam
ye tvaksharamanirdeshyam
avyaktam paryupasate
avyaktam paryupasate
sarvatra gamachintyam cha
sarvatra gamachintyam cha
कूटस्थमचलं ध्रुवम्
कूटस्थमचलं ध्रुवम्
सन्नियम्येन्द्रियग्रामम्
सन्नियेन्द्रियग्रामम्
सर्वत्र समबुद्धयः
सर्वत्र समबुद्धयः
ते प्राप्नुवन्ति मामेव
ते प्राप्नुवन्ति मामेव
सर्वभूतहिते रताः
सर्वभूतहिते रताः
क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषाम्
क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषाम्
अव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम्
अव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम्
अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम्
अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम्
देहवद्भिरवाप्यते
भगवद्भिरवाप्यते
ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि
ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि
मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्पराः
मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्पराः
अनन्येनैव योगेन
अनन्येनैव योगेन
मां ध्यायन्त उपासते
मां ध्यायन्त उपासते.
Yeah. So in the last class we started the 12th chapter, which is called Bhakti Yoga. And we saw the context. Context was that we should not consider all these yogas as separate, even though you can give an interpretation to any particular yoga. You can say what it means. But for our basic understanding, we cannot start by saying we have so many yogas, 13 yogas, 10 yogas, 5 yogas, 4 yogas, and all. It's a bit risky to begin understanding like that because of the nature of the subject. Vedanta is that kind of subject. It is not, in fact, to call it a subject itself is wrong, correct? It's like calling life is a subject. Hey, life is not a subject, okay? Life is life, and you can't put it in the category of a subject. And subject is optional. Did you study this subject? Did you get that degree? You can ask. But with life, you can't really ask like that. Okay? So I go back to that conversation with Alan Kellogg. And difference between philosophy and Siddhanta, what we are doing, what we are studying. Philosophy is an optional thing. It's a subject to be taken. It's a degree to be obtained. It's a job to be taken for which you get a salary. But what we are studying is not that. It's not that. It's our life. It is we are doing what our parents did, and parents did what our grandparents did, so on and so forth is coming. It's part of our life. It's not something. You can get a job teaching Vedanta and all. That's okay. That is possible. But this is a different ball game altogether. Correct? Therefore, we have to look at it from that perspective. And so, once we do that, then our goal is to understand what's what. As Puja Swamiji would say, we are reality people. We are reality people. That's it. We want to know what is the truth. What is the point in knowing what is the truth if somebody asks? That person has not understood why we want to know the truth. Correct? It's not like we have a lot of time in the world and we have nothing better to do. We're all retired and we've got money for 7 generations and so nothing better to do. Let's study some Bhagavad Gita. It would be very nice, My neighbor is studying, they're all studying, so I also should study. So that mindset has to be dropped off. And once I understand that this is Brahma Vidya, Atma Vidya, okay? Not for nothing they called it Brahma Vidya. Not for nothing they called it Atma Vidya. Okay? With that background, this Bhakti Yoga, as we saw last time, it is a combination of sadhanas. Why did we divide this into 2 sadhanas to begin with in the third chapter? That is because Krishna himself said it, Lokesmin Vividha Nishtha Pura Prokta Mayanaga Jnana Yogena Sankhyana Karma Yogena Yoginam 3.3, I think it is. Because there is response to Arjuna's question. Jayasi chet karmanaste mata buddhir janat. So when you are praising knowledge so much, why are you asking me to fight this war, he said. And therefore he responds like 2 kinds of nishtas, 2 kinds of disciplines are there. For yoginam karma yoga. And then sankhyanam jnana yoga is said. Brilliant start, because when we start out, it should be simple for us to follow. Simpler means what? Saying there are 10 paths to the goal. Okay, suppose somebody says, then you have to start writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then where do I fit? All that question will come. But the Karma Yoga was introduced, Jnana Yoga was introduced. And we understand now the place of Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga. Arjuna keeps asking, which one is better for me? Which path should I choose? Which path? This path, Hindus are very proud because we have many paths to God. They say that's our claim to glory. Many paths to God. So we are very proud of it. So Swamiji will make a lot of fun of this. So Basically, the solution depends, or the type of solution depends on the type of problem. So we have to first understand the problem before deciding what type of solutions can apply. So we saw Ajnana Nivritti is there. There is something I don't know. And because of that Ajnanam, I'm confused. And because of that confusion, there is samsara. Then that root cause is Ajnanam. And Ajnanam, there is really only one way to remove, and that is Jnanam. Because Ajnanam is Jnana Virodhi. And so Jnana Virodhi is the clue for us to say, yeah, I have to know. I have to know what is. Okay. So, Taddavan Labate Jnanam. Krishna had said. Okay. So, what is Bhakti Yoga then? As discussed, okay, it's everything that is there. And so, Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga. And as I said, Upasana Yoga sometimes introduced in between to show the transition from Karma Yoga to Jnana Yoga. Okay. And so, Karma Pradhana, person for whom duties are there. Karma Pradhana means what? So-called active person, duties are there. In our Vedic culture, we always talk about duties. Have you done your duty? This is our main question in every Indian's life. Duty kiya. In fact, so predominant that word duty is, they used to say, my father used to say, I'll go to duty and come back. Go to duty and come back? What is this? Duty karke aunga. This office work used to be called duty for them. They used to look at it as duty. I think you all know that. Today they say work and work from home and this and that. Those days it was not work. Calm for, okay, they might say calm, but duty. It used to be a duty. Amazing it was. Duty. So, therefore, when they retired, they said duty khatam ho gaya. Hamara duty samapt hai. Samapt ho gaya. Samapt. So now I'm free. So, something like that, they used to say. So, karma pradhanaha with, and then here is jnana pradhanaha in jnana yoga. Then, karma, dharma pradhanaha. What about jnana yoga? Dharma is there or not? Well, in the life, of course, dharma is always there. But Nachiketa does say, anyatra dharmat, anyatra adharmat. Jnana, dharma itself is a pravritti margaha. Here, jnanam is nivritti. Okay, nivritti means understanding what's what, and then recognizing one is akarta. And therefore, dharma is there in life, all right. But for jnanam transcends dharma, if I can use that word. Okay. We can call this karma pradhana jivanam as religious life. If somebody asks you, what is the difference between religion and spirituality? Fantastic. We have a definition. And religion means what? Yes, I have prasada buddhi is there. I have Vishwanarpana buddhi is there. I am a karma yogi. I am a karma yogi. And that person is a religious person because that person has all the elements of that dharma, Sanatana dharma. Then transitioning towards Jnana Yoga, transitioned. And therefore, why transition? Why Jnana Yoga? Jnana Yoga is relevant only for the person who is ready to ask the question, who am I? Correct? Who am I? What is all this about? What is Bhagavad Gita talking about? What is Upanishad talking about? And then this kinds of question come. Then what happened? The person's avritta chakshuhu last time we saw. So that is Jnana Yoga. You can call that person as spiritual. Okay, until then I am religious. Good, be religious, but then become spiritual. Spirituality does not mean non-religious. It includes religion. Okay, all right. This much we are clear about. And so, what is the usefulness of Karma Yoga? The Karna Shuddhi. What is the benefit of Jnana Yoga? Benefit is that Jnanam is the benefit. And what is the use of Jnanam? Just knowing something is of no use. Yeah, correct. So knowing for the sake of samsara nivritti, and which is also called as moksha. Okay. Purushartha trayam, artha kama moksha, artha kama dharma and moksha purushartha for jnana yoga. All this you are clear about. And so, why do you need upasana yoga in between? Well, just to tell this guy that, come on, always extroverted. If I can use the word extrovert, means bahirmukha. Extrovert is not the good translation. I don't like it. Bahirmukha, let's keep it that way. Paranchikhani vetrinat swayambhuhu we saw last time. Bahirmukha. So whatever I get, I have to get it from outside. I have to get it. I don't have it and I have to get it. Okay. For this human being to survive, you can't get away with that. Food comes from outside. Food, I don't produce food from my body. It doesn't get produced. So therefore, Bahirmukhatvam is there from day one. Okay, that is fine, but don't take that as Paramarthikam. This is the Antarbukha. Antarbukha. We saw those things. These are the differences, right? Therefore, here in this chapter of 20 verses, the first 12 verses talk about this Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga. Okay. And then the last 8 verses, 13 to 20. Okay. It talks about, Krishna will talk about the nature of the Jnani, Jnana Phalam, and the nature of the Jnani. It's something like Sthita Prajnasya Kapasha, Samadhistasya Keshava, Sthitadi Kim Prabhasheta, Sama Kim Prabhasheta, Kim Asita Vrajeta, Kim, like that, Arjuna had asked in the second chapter. Something like that will also be there. And so, Parabhakta Lakshanani or Parabhakti Lakshana. That Parabhakti now what? So, Aparabhakti, Parabhakti. Another word we can use, right? Karma Yoga, Aparabhakti. Why Aparabhakti? Because Paroksha Ishvara is there and Dvaita is very much there. Therefore, Bhakti is there, Aparabhakti, not the ultimate Bhakti. Karma Yoga here, right? I need to be doing this, right? So this is Karma Yoga. Then Jnana Yoga, Para Bhakti. Because Para Prakriti is the importance given here, Apara Prakriti. So Para Bhakta Lakshanani. Yeah. And so that is what is going to be talked about. And who is the dearest devotee? Which bhakta is dearest to me? And then earlier itself we talked about in the 7th chapter. Jnani tu atmaiva me matam. So Chaturvida bhajante mam. Tesham jnani nitya yuktaha. I forgot the actual shloka. And then he gives
Eka bhaktir vishishyate. Eka bhaktir vishishyate.
Eka bhaktir vishishyate. Yeah. And then he says, because Jnani is no different than me. So it appears like a contradictory statement. Jnani is not different from me. Then you can't talk about the Jnani. Talking about the Jnani means talking about myself. Right? So that is the context here. So let's look at the first shloka, which again this chapter begins with Arjuna's question. Okay. Arjuna uvacha evam. Evam. Evam means what? In this manner. That means Arjuna, it's a continuation of the previous chapter. Okay. Evam. In this manner. So in this manner, if somebody says like that, if so, like that, it's a continuation based on what you said, hey Krishna. And so, Swamiji reminds us that Prashna, it is a question, no doubt. Why is a question? Tesham ke yoga vittama. That is a question. K, that word K is there, right? Kaha kau ke. Who Which two? Who all? That is the K. That is the meaning of K. Prathama Vibhakti Bahuvachan. Who are? So, Tesham, among them, who are the greatest yogis among them? That is the question he's asking. Okay. Now, among whom and etc., we have to look at. Okay. So, Evam, when a question starts like Evam, we call it in Sanskrit, and a question that appears like this. It's an anuprashna. Prashnaha means a question. Anuprashna means what? A question based on what just transpired, what just happened. That is, therefore, we can call it a anuprashnaha. Just a technical. Okay? A question which has its basis on something that is recently discussed, something that is there in the memory of everybody that is discussed. Okay? And so ekadasha ukta prakarena, ekadasha adhyaya ukta prakarena. As you talked about in the 11th chapter, ekadasha adhyaye ukta prakarena, based on that, okay. Ye evam satata yuktaha, ye, those people, ye, yaha yav ye, those who are devoted, who are committed, always committed, bhaktaha, let's look at this. I will come back to satata yuktaha later. Ye bhaktaha tvam upasate. Ye bhaktaha. Those, he's using the word bhakta here. That's why this chapter is called Bhakti Yogaha. Ye bhaktaha. He didn't say yoginaha. Okay? He says bhaktaha. Correct? And yoginaha also should have been okay. But here, now every chapter is, somebody has done the job of demarcating these shlokas, right, into various chapters. And so they said this should be rightly called Bhakti Yoga, like that. I don't know. I would like to know who it is. I don't know if it is Madhusudana Saraswati or not, or even before his time. I don't know. But so Ekadasha Adhyaya Ukta Prakarena Bhakta, those bhaktas, okay, Tvam Paryupasate. Tvam, you, hey Krishna, Krishnam, Bhavantam, Tvam, Paryupasate. These bhaktas, they do upasana. They worship you. They think of you. How do they worship you? Satata yuktaha. Satata yuktaha. Always, satatam means always. Yuktaha, always thinking of you, always united with you. Their minds can never get out of you, never not think of you, never. So that kind of bhaktas. Why? Because what is 11th chapter? Vishwarupaha. Vishwarupa. And so Ekarupa is there, and then Vishwarupa means entire Jagat. That means whatever they are doing, just looking at, hearing some birds chirping, Bhagavan, Ishvaraha. Just looked at something, Ishvaraha. Enjoying Ishvara's presence all the time. Why? Because they are now aware of this Vishwarupa Darshana, right? And so, such people, Paryupasate, Upasate. So, a quiz question. This is a quiz question for Sanskrit students. Upasate is Ekavachanam or Bahuvachanam, singular or plural? This is the question. Okay.
Plural.
Bahuvachana, Bahuvachana.
It has to be plural. Why? Because bhaktaha.
Arke, ye.
Yeah, exactly. So it has to be plural, correct? But does it look like plural? Upasante it should be. What happened to ante? Ante kya ho gaya? Anti kya? Kyun nahi hai? Okay, anti is this one, whatever, Parasmaipadi. Ante should be. Pachate, pachete, pachante. That is how it should. But here, asta, second gana. Second gana. Upaste, upasate, upasate. Upaste, upasate, upasate. Okay, don't ask me why. This is Sanskrit. And second gana, etc. As dhatu. Okay, as dhatu. As like asanam. We use the word asanam. That comes from that dhatu. Asana. As. So sitting literally means sitting. And look at this sitting and upaste, upasate. Sitting close. Sitting close. What a word it is. Sitting close to Bhagavan. Upavasa. All these things, same meaning it is. Upavasam means you can't simply take off, you can't eat whatever you want, etc. We are supposed to be in our puja room or something and do some dhyanam. That is called upavasa. Upavasa. I want to reduce all my activities for that time period, whatever be that period, and including my consumption also. I want to regulate, and then so that I can just focus. It's called upavasa. Very beautiful word it is. Same thing here. Upasate. Nice word Krishna is using. Therefore, such people, ye bhaktaha tvam upasate satatayite satatayuktaha all the time. Paryupasate is using. Pari upasate. Pari also means paritaha. Paritaha means all round, in all forms, in all ways. They meditate. Because Vishwarupa Darshana is there. Therefore, for them it is now so easy. They don't have to worry about Ishta Devata. They don't have to worry about which God I should meditate upon, which God I should worship, which shloka I should chant. No, it doesn't matter. Any shloka you chant is you are in tune with Bhagavan, correct? And any Shravanam is there, forest Shravanam is there, and so Shravanam is about Ishvara. Therefore, no problem there. That also is included. Then what? Yecha api. Yecha api. And then there are others also. Api also. The word api is now talking about a different set of people. Ye. That's a different ye. And those people, who are those people? Aksharam. Correct? Aksharam. Aksharam word is missing. What word is missing? Upasate, you should put in brackets. Ye cha api aksharam avyaktam upasate. Within brackets. You can put there. The same verb upasate has to be brought forward, understood. Okay. Ye cha api aksharam avyaktam upasate. Then there are other people, it seems. Who are those people? The previous people are Vishwarupa Darshana Ishwaram Upasate. Correct? Vishwarupa Ishwaram Upasate. And these people are who? Aksharam Paryupasate. Aksharam Paryupasate. So they are all Aksharam. Akshara Bhakta means what? They are worshipping Nirguna Brahman. Nirguna Brahman. They are all Saguna Brahma Bhaktaha. Evam, those kinds of bhaktas, Saguna Brahma. Why? Because Vishwarupa Ishvara is also Saguna Ishvara. Not Nirguna Ishvara. Nirguna Ishvara cannot be explained in so many big words that were used. So it's a long chapter, that too long shlokas. Very long shlokas. And so, with so many attributes and Lelishyase, Ityadi, etc., that can't be Vishwarupa, that can't be Rupa Ishvaraha. Now talking. Okay. Nirguna Ishwaram, Aksharam. Okay. Which Aksharam he was introduced. We got introduced to that Akshara Brahma Yoga, I think that chapter is called. 8th chapter, I think. Aksharam Brahma Paramam.
Akshara Parabrahma.
Akshara Parabrahma. Aksharam Brahma Paramam. Swabhavodhyatma Muchyate. Okay. Then Bhutabhavodbhavakaraha. Okay, like that mantra, first mantra of the 8th chapter. Bhutabhavodbhavakaraha visarga karma samyitaha. First shloka of the 8th chapter. And so aksharam, that word we saw extensively at that time. So so there Bhagavan had introduced that word aksharam as the ultimate cause of this universe. You can give many causes. You can say black hole also. You can go all the way. We don't have any problem with that. But then we will cause, what is the cause of the black hole? Okay, if you say, then we'll have to come back to aksharam eventually. And aksharam, unfortunately, aksharam is akarta also. Then how did this akarta Brahma create? Question should come in our minds. All that we discussed. And so that aksharam pariyupasate. And what kind of aksharam it is? Avyaktam. Avyaktam aksharam. So this word avyaktam, just a reminder, is that that word comes in the context of Maya also. Maya is also called avyaktam. Pradhanam. Maya is called what? Maya, avyaktam, pradhanam, prakritihi. Like this, there are many words used for Maya. Okay? And depending on the context. But here, aksharam does not mean Maya. It means what? That aksharam Brahma is avyaktam, cannot be objectified. It's not vyakta. Vyakta means manifesting. Unmanifest means you can't ashabdam, asparsham, arupam, arasam, agandha vachayat. So no, it's just Brahma is just, nobody can figure out that Brahma even exists. That is how it is. Why? To figure out Brahma has to be, make its presence felt. And the presence felt means through our indriyani only we can sense the presence, see the presence, smell the presence. Okay? So that kind of aksharam, I mean, avyaktam, yeah, the aksharam which is avyaktam. And Krishna's attributes are all there. Okay, all this playing flute and everything. At least if he played flute, I can listen and say, yeah, Krishna is playing the flute, etc. Peacock feather, this form, beautiful form, etc. No, Brahma is not like that. Okay, so this is a avyaktam Ishvara, avyaktam Brahma, avyaktam Aksharam Brahma. Okay, and so Aksharam upasate, Aksharam avyaktam upasate, Ishwaram upasate. How can anybody meditate on something that is not perceivable, not perceptible, not sensed through the mind or senses? In our dhyana, what we do, we visualize things. Some Bhagavan, Saguna Brahma Vishaya Manasa Vyaparaha is dhyana, right? What is the definition of dhyana? Saguna Brahma Vishaya Manasa Vyapara. A activity whose main topic is Saguna Brahma. That is it. Saguna Brahma means Bhagavan, Ishvara. So anything, Ishta Devata, any particular Devata, we visualize. We can visualize. Visualize Krishna, Balakrishna means immediately we can visualize Balakrishna. Krishna is crawling and looking like this, smiling, and peacock feather also on the head like this, and then nice, beautiful, and then some butter is flowing down from his mouth. Something you can visualize. Beautiful it is. And that's it. You become calm and then you visualize Krishna. But then this avyaktam, how to visualize? So we have there is no visualization. It is so avyakta akshara ishvara dhyanam has to become atma dhyanam. Atma dhyanam has to become atma jnanam. Tattvamasi vakyam, mahavakyam has to come. And so, because any form that you're thinking of cannot be Avyaktam Ishvara. Okay. And so, those are all by the way. Okay. Those are all by the way. So, they talk about meditate on the meditator. Meditate on the meditator. Which means you have to bring the entire teaching into the fore. And then essence of the teaching has to be thought about. That is a kind of dhanam. Yes. And occasionally we do that also. And some meditations are like in our sessions. So, recalling the understood meanings of the Mahavakya. Because I've grown out of meditating on a particular Ishta Devata and talking about that Devata, visualizing the Leela of that Devata. Okay, all that is beautiful meditation. But once I've gained the ability to focus, and once I've studied the Shastram, Shravanam, after that, I can do this Dhyata Dhyanam. Dhyatuhu Dhyanam. Dhyata is who? Dhyata is meditator. Meditation on the meditator. Dhyatuhu Dhyanam. Right? Dhyatru Dhyanam. Now, let's come back to the question. Tesham ke yoga vittama. And Arjuna is now changing his question. Previously, he was about Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, which is better. Jayasi Chet Karma Naste. Every chapter, almost every chapter starts like that. You know, it's amazing. This Arjuna's consistency is so amazing. Okay. Okay. Ashtamodhyayaha, there he's talking about Paraloka and all. That's an odd man out. And seventh chapter, Krishna is talking. And question was, the seed of the question was there in the sixth chapter. And then sixth chapter also, Bhagavan is talking. Jnana Yoga, Atma Samyama Yoga. And then fifth chapter, Sannyasam Karmanam Krishna Punar Yogam Cha Samshas. Hey, Krishna, you are just confusing me. You are telling we have to do sannyasa of karma, but you're asking me to fight. I don't understand. I don't understand. Okay, that's what he starts the fifth chapter with. And fourth chapter, Arjuna is being very smart. He's asking, Aparam bhavato janma, param janma vivasvata. Wait. You said, what did you say? Imam vivasvate yoga proktavanaham avyayam. You said you taught all those people? Vivasvan and all, did you say? Surya Devata, you taught Surya? But wait a minute, you were just born here. I mean, I know you, we're all contemporaries. What are you talking? Like that he brings. So anyway, Arjuna's question is now almost no different as any of the questions he's asked before. And he's asking, Tesham ke yoga vittama. Between the Saguna Bhaktaha and Nirguna Bhaktaha, who is superior? Okay, who is superior? Because our mind is always like the way we have led our life. We are always looking for the best option for us. Best option. Whatever is best for our children, for us, for our parents. Best, good doctor, which is a good hospital. Suppose you go settle down in a new place. Nothing, nothing there. So what do? Do you know a good gastroenterologist? Why? Google is available. Why did you search? No, it's not enough. Google search is not enough, right? You have to ask few people and let them get their recommendation. Because I know I can go to Google. I know there are some hospitals here. But then which of them is Tesham Ke? Okay, Tesham Ke Uttamaha. Okay, Yoga Uttama. That is the one he's asking here. Who is greater of these people? Saguna Bhaktaha. Uttamaha Nirguna Bhaktaha. Uttamaha. Okay. So therefore, it is an important question, which is answered in the next few shlokas. Let's read the next. We have to do the translation. Arjuna said or Arjuna asked. That also is. Who are the best yogis? Among them, hyphen. The ever steadfast devotees who meditate upon you. The ever steadfast devotees who meditate upon you, as described before. Okay, as described before, or those who within brackets meditate upon the imperishable, unmanifest, within brackets Brahman. Okay, let's read that. Arjuna asked, who are the best yogis among them? Hyphen, the ever steadfast devotees who meditate upon you, as described before, or those who meditate upon the imperishable, unmanifest Brahman. Question. And the next shloka. Shri Bhagawanuvacha.
Shri Bhagavanuvacha.
Maya Veshya Mano Ye Mam.
Maya Veshya Mano Ye Mam.
Nitya Yukta Upasate.
Nitya Yukta Upasate.
Shraddhaya Parayopetaha.
Shraddhaya Parayopetaha.
Te me Yuktatamamataha.
Te me Yuktatamamataha.
Shri Bhagawanuvacha.
Shri Bhagavanuvacha.
Maya Veshya Mano Ye Mam.
Maya Veshya Mano Ye Mam.
Nitya Yukta Upasate.
Nitya Yukta Upasate.
Shraddhaya Parayopetaha.
Shraddhaya Parayopetaha.
Te me Yuktatamamataha.
Te me Yuktatamamataha.
So these are all little tricky to chant. Do you know why? Because the Shraddhaya, Parayopetaha and Te are stuck. The Te is stuck together with the Parayopetaha. And if you are not familiar with this Chanda and all, Shraddhaya, Parayopetaste seems automatic. And but with practice, we get to break all these. Otherwise, it's impossible to know that.
Like some people chanting, singing wrongly in Carnatic music in another language.
Fair enough. But fortunately, this being Bhagavad Gita, it doesn't matter. Parayopeta stay. If somebody said it is, they are still studying Bhagavad Gita, Tattvam, they will understand everything. It doesn't matter. Fortunately, there is no swara also. At least Vedas, you have to say swara. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu. That is the way to chant it. You can't use any other swara. Sahaviryam Karavavahai. That is the way to chant it. Because this is Veda Mata. She has given swaras. 3 swaras she has given us. Only 3. Not Sapta Swara. Sangeetam difficult for us. Tattva Swara, I think Veda thinks that we can handle 3 Swaras. Anudatta, Udatta, Swarita. And Dirgha Swarita is there. Okay. So, but yeah, here, fortunately, it doesn't matter. Nobody can. Okay, we will say that you're not using Anushtup Chanda. That's all. So, good. Just for your information. So, here, Bhagavan is answering the question, which bhakta is quote unquote better, superior? Bhagavan is not going to categorize people unless just to make a point he may categorize like Chaturvida Bhajante Mam. Like that Jnani is the point the one I like is the Jnani. He says that seems like a slap on everybody else's face, is it not? Jnani is no. What is this? My goodness? I've come here to learn from you. You are telling I don't like you as much as I like him. It doesn't seem to be fair. But fortunately, we all like Krishna, so that's good. And so here, this is a trick question, correct? This is a trick question. And first of all, see, do you like Saguna Brahma or Nirguna Brahma? If somebody asks, Nirguna Brahma is absolutely attributeless. There is really no chance of talking about Nirguna Brahma because what will you talk about Nirguna Brahma? Saguna Brahma means the whole world opens up. All Ishta Devatas open up. Every attributes open up. Leelas open up. Purana open up. Bhagavata Purana is there. Skanda Puranam is there. Harishchandra Puranam is there. And Shiva Puranam is there. All these are all what? Saguna Brahma Puranani. Not Nirguna Brahma Puranani. We are all in awe. Every child, every adult is in awe of all these devatas. Okay. And all the exploits and all the beauties and, Gajendra Moksha, if you say without Gaja and without Narayana, there is no, and without ocean and without crocodile, there is no Gajendra Moksha. Okay. And so everything is Sagunam. And even in our own life, why do people say, shall we go to a restaurant today? Shall we go eat out? They say eat out. Why should you eat out? Eating out will cost money, first of all. Eating out, we don't know what you're going to get into your stomach. Okay. Monosodium glutamate also can come into the stomach. Okay. Those days it was a big 1980s, this is 80s. Okay. When I was in the US, they were talking the soy sauce and all, they were saying it has monosodium glutamate, which does something to you. Okay. So we don't know what's coming into your stomach. Okay. And then number 3, family members will start fighting because one person will say Chinese restaurant, another person will say Cambodian restaurant, another person Vietnamese restaurant, another person will say, why don't we just stick to Indian restaurant? Why do you guys argue like this? Every time you do like this, like that one person will say, now this becomes a big problem. And so many, it only causes problems. Why don't you just sit at home and have your usual food? No, we want to go out. Okay. So going out. And suppose you go out and then they give you this appetizer. And then what is appetizer for today? We have sprouted beans without salt, without pepper, without lime juice, without anything. Just pure sprouted beans. And then what do you now? You all have to decide. You are all stuck now because if this didn't come, you can at least leave. Now you can't leave also. You can't leave the restaurant because food is on the table, okay? It is not fair to leave. And so you just have to look at each other. What have we done? We thought it was a new restaurant, good restaurant. People said, what is good about this? So this saltless, spiceless, chili-less, pepperless food nobody likes. Even the guy who starts his day with the sprouted beans is waiting for lunch, okay? Don't think this guy is very jnani and this Nirguna Brahma Bhakta and all, okay? This fellow is not. He is waiting for lunch. You just watch his lunch, okay? He is waiting for something big. Okay. And so, uh, therefore, nobody likes Nirguna. You need Saguna. Otherwise, it's not possible. These days, I'm watching one thing. I'm sure you also watched. When they chant all this shlokas, children also chant. Mano buddhyahankara chittani naham nachasrotra jihve. Then they sing with some music and all. Drums, everything will be there. And Mano buddhyahankara chittani naham. And then some on drums. And then they need all these things these days, because we got used to it. Simply chanting with it's all saltless, pepperless music is of no use. Some sound you need. The other day, when we went to Bangalore, these boys and girls were doing presenting yoga. How many of you saw that? How many of you saw? Yeah, Vijay and Ramaji and all. And I don't know if you saw the video of it for those who did not attend. It's about 4 or 5 minutes. They were presenting some yogasanas. And then it is accompanied by some music. Okay. And you should see this music. Okay. Shambho Mahadeva Deva. Then this drums and high bass drums, okay? And it's just completely different. You don't know whether the music is good or yoga is good. So like that it is, okay? All the kids have done an excellent job of it. And we don't know if they're clapping, there is one thing where these girls, ladies are all twisted backwards, 3, 4 ladies. Then somebody else is on the top of the 3, 4 ladies. Then one lady is climbing on top of them. And it's a big pyramid. We don't know people are clapping for the pyramid or for the music. That's how it was. That's the kind of music it is. So we need this masala is needed. Masala. And so these days on TV, they have come up with this lot of people do listen to classical music quite a bit these days. A lot of channels are there, a lot of opportunities there. But then you have this the shooting is done outdoors and nice scenery and all is there. The girl is singing, Surya Gayatri is singing, but this how she's walking. The Kuldeep Pai is coming behind her, and both are dialoguing, and it's a different thing and mesmerizing it is. And so that's fine. So that's all fine. But I'm saying Nirgunam Brahma is impossible to really meditate on Nirgunam Brahma, and because we need this masala. And so that's why Shantakaram, Bhujagasayanam, etc. we chant. We have to visualize, before chanting Vishnu Sahasranam, you have to visualize Vishnu. First, be clear about who you are talking. Don't visualize Shiva. Okay? That will be wrong. You have to visualize Vishnu. Therefore, just to be sure, your Ishta Devata right now is Vishnu. They have all this Dhyana Shloka. Shantakaram, Bhujagasayanam. Visualize this guy sleeping on a snake, serpent, huge snake. And then to that Vishnu only, the next Vishnu who is going to come. Okay. So now we understand that Saguna Brahma Bhakti, Saguna Brahma Dhyanam is a means to Nirguna Brahma. Bhagavan means Ishta Devata, Saguna Brahma, Ishvaraha only it is for us. That's how we grow up. Then Shravanam takes us further and talks about Nirgunam Brahma, introduces Brahma to us, and Atma also is Brahma. Like that big, huge discussion is happening. That's what we've been studying all along. So, because we are Saguna Brahma Bhaktaha, we are now transitioning towards being Nirguna Brahma Bhaktaha. Without Saguna Brahma Bhakti, there is no Nirguna Brahma or Nirguna Brahma Jnana. Bhakti becomes Jnanam. Okay. Therefore, one is a means, one is an end. One is the goal, one is the means to the goal. Okay. That being the case, how can you say one is more superior to the other? It is like the other example we gave last time. Should I go to school or should I go to college? School means high school, let's say, because in America they say school for everything. They say school, so I have to now change my language. Should I go to high school or should I go to college, university? If somebody asks this question, you know very well. What do you know very well? That the person who is asking is either confused or does not know what these words mean. Correct? Does not know. So we have to ask him, what do you mean by your question? What do you mean by your question? Now, there are geniuses who don't have to go to school, etc. That's different matter. We're not talking. You have to go to school or college means, hey, what kind of question is this? What are you doing now? Are you studying? Have you ever gone to school? Yeah, I'm now in 6th grade. I don't know if I should continue school or should I just go straight to college. If I have to get a degree, why don't I go straight to college? Will I get a degree studying high school? And with that degree, can I get a job? No, you can't get a job. Oh, then why don't I go just straight, admit myself in a university? No, it doesn't work like that. Okay. So our Arjuna is asking a question like that. Okay. And so there are questions which are like that, where you can't really, the question itself is wrong. Okay. If somebody comes home and you ask them, do you want coffee or tea? Perfect. They can answer. Do you want a cup or do you want coffee? Do you want cup or do you want coffee? And that's a different dialogue, right? So you can't, these kinds of questions you can't ask. You can't ask your child, do you want to wear a shirt or do you want to wear pants? Today, what would you like to wear? Shirt or pants? So that's a wrong question because it's not an option. There's no option. When option is there, only then these kinds of questions are appropriate. And so there is another question. Are you, two people are going, you are going and another person is going. Are you following the fool or is a fool following you? Are you following the fool or is the fool following you? What is the answer to that question? It's a dangerous question because if you say, I am following the fool, that means did you not get any better people to follow or what? You found a fool to follow. If the fool is following me, that means you're what? You're the leader of a fool. Okay, that is the meaning. That also is not a compliment. And so sometimes the questions are dangerous. And so here, Arjuna is asking that kind of a question. So, and at the same time, Krishna cannot say, you are asking a wrong question, you are stupid. All this he doesn't say. He says, I'll tell you the answer. He's going to say, Saguna Brahma Bhakti is superior. Saguna Brahma Bhaktas are superior. But Nirguna Brahma Bhaktas gain me. Look at the answer. Just look at the answer. It's going to come. Okay. Saguna Brahma Bhaktas are superior. But Nirguna Brahma Bhaktas only gain me. What a nice answer. Okay. That's what it's going to come. Okay. And because one is a means, other is an end. So there's really no choice between the two. And so that is the mischief that Krishna is going to play. Swamiji uses the word mischief. Swamiji says, Krishna's mischief doesn't end at all. Even in this teaching, the mischief continues. It's like that he's saying. Okay. And therefore, Kramena Bhavitum Arhati means what? In order, Saguna Brahma Jnanam, Saguna Brahma Bhakti, Saguna Brahma Jnanam, then Nirguna Brahma Bhakti, Nirguna Brahma Jnanam is possible. One is the stepping stone for the other is possible. But Yugapat, not possible. Yugapat means what? Together, simultaneously, not possible. I will do both at the same time is not possible. Just not possible because this Dvaita. Buddhi is all filled with Dvaita. So when Dvaita Buddhi requires a Saguna Brahma Ishvara, Dvaita Buddhi requires things to happen properly and explain Dvaita properly and remain in Dvaita. Perfect. Okay. So, therefore, let's look at the shloka here. Okay, we'll get done here in a couple of minutes. Mayi aveshya manaha ye mam nityayuktaha upasate. Okay. Yuktatama mataha. The last two words is the final. That's the adipada. That's the main. Te yuktatamaha mataha. Okay, yuktatamaha it should be, right? So because of Sandhi, Visarga is dropped. So te yuktatamaha mataha. They are the most superior. I consider them to be the most superior. Which people do you consider to be most superior? Nitya yuktaha mam mayi aveshya manaha upasate. Those who, like you have said, satata yuktaha, those people, here Bhagavan is using the word nitya yuktaha, mam upasate, shraddaya, mayi aveshya. It's what? Who are thinking about me? Okay. Who are constantly thinking about me, whose minds are always connected to me, those people. Okay, upasate. And how do they worship me? Shraddaya paraya upetaha. And a lot of shraddha is there. That complete shraddha is there in me. Literal meaning of shraddha is those who have astikya buddhi in the Vedas, correct? So astika, so Veda is the pramanam. That person who takes the Veda to be the pramanam for this entire life, that person is an astika and that person has shraddha. That also is one meaning of shraddha. But here also, that Ishvara, Saguna Brahma Ishvara, shraddha in that. Okay? That shraddhaya, paraya shraddhaya, ananya bhaktya, bhaktya tvananyaya, like that we saw in the last chapter. So, shraddhaya, paraya means ultimate shraddha, unshakable shraddha. Okay, such people, upetaha, who are endowed with that kind of parashraddha, they are the most superior. That's what he says in this shloka. So let's conclude that. Let's look at the meaning of the shloka. Bhagavan Sri Krishna said, fixing the mind upon me with great shraddha, fixing the mind upon me with great shraddha, those ever steadfast devotees, the word devotee should be in brackets because Krishna does not use the word bhakta. Those ever steadfast devotees who meditate upon me are considered by me as the most exalted. Are considered by me as the most exalted. So, me mataha is considered by me. Okay, let's see that again. Or most exalted or the best yogis, both are fine. Most, the greatest yogis, like that. Bhagavan Krishna said, fixing the mind upon me with great faith or great shraddha, those ever steadfast devotees who meditate upon me are considered to be the most exalted or best yogis by me. Okay. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Sorry, I